right, headed out to the ranch. There's the house. There's the RV. There's the pond. There's the big tree. I'm talking that thing's bigger than it looks from here. The burn pile that I want to scrape up and put into a thing. This used to be a lot trashier. There was like some toys all around, dead Power Wheels. There's the Buick in question right there. There's the back of the house. There's the shop. Yes, it looks like a piece of junk, but it's 68 feet long. Some projects. Gonna sell that. Already sold that. Might sell that. Gotta work on that. There's more inside. Okay, if I can't get it running with a perfectly good donor to borrow from, not to keep, then I am not a mechanic worth my salt. Maybe I'll clean that up. 2 screws on here. It's in there. I think I'm gonna take that off. Wait, okay. At first I'm like, this is not built the same whatsoever. It was upside down. So I was looking at this one like this and that one like that. Let's switch them. I do have that disconnected. And I'm trying this first because this is easier than cleaning the grounds. So I'm gonna hook the battery up, see what I get. Moment of truth. Now, these cars are 2 years apart. One's a Buick, one's a Pontiac. But the engine computer will work, right? The body computer would have to be flashed or it would be way different, right? Hope so. That's a bad sign. Okay, look, it's still doing the same thing. Okay, it's still running those injectors. Okay, but that was progress. Because it wasn't the ECU, or at least wasn't solely the ECU. So I'm going to switch them back and continue to diagnose. Whoa, hear that? Hitting the gas pedal. That makes sense. Look, mass airflow sensor circuit, low frequency. So I just gave it a bunch of gas, but no air is actually flowing. So I think it triggered that. That's a good, I think that's a clue too. She took the paint off that ground back here too. It's a dainty little wire. I'm gonna take the injector fuse out in hopes that it doesn't inject when I test it. What I'll use to test it now is just whether or not it cranks. The injector's turned off like I wanted. So now I can do more diagnosing without feeling like I'm flooding the engine. I'm going to switch the ignition module now, I think. Oh, you hear that? Now will it crank? Holy crap. Oh, the battery's almost dead. Holy crap, that battery's almost dead? That came right out of my truck. Let's borrow the battery from the Pontiac. Wow, it's still got a sucky battery. I'm gonna reinsert the fuel injector fuse because I think it's gonna work this time. Moment of truth. What the crap? Is it hydrolocked? Is there that much fuel from before? Actually, yeah, it is hydrolocked, I think. These things are soaked and nasty. I know what to do now. These are brand new plugs. All of them. I think it's gonna run. This doesn't mean it's fixed, it just means it runs. Not quite. With starting fluid, I can't get it to even kick, so I'm checking the ignition again. This plug is suspect. And this pin looks kind of corroded, so I'm going to try to clean this up. I can see that something's wrong with this pin. This far one. Like it's got some rust in it or something. I doubt you can see it through the camera. I want to take like a single wire and like pull at that for a while. I'm having trouble finding a single wire. This might work. See it? That little piece. Yeah, see how it's brown on the end? I sprayed some deoxit in there and almost pulled it, almost blew it out. I got the first actual particle of it out. I mean, it looks like a wood, but maybe it's dried grease. Oh, it might run. It was starting to kick. Dang. I feel like it sucks now. I feel like it got worse after that pop. Crap. Rock Auto. 65 bucks. But it's the GM genuine plug. And if it gets the Buick running, it'll be totally worth that. So I got the brand new plug. Let's see how this goes. See how nasty that looks? Well, it's not pretty, but this will tell me if it actually runs, and then later I hope to actually heat, solder and heat shrink it. Right now it's freezing cold out here, mainly because of the wind. But there it is. For right now, I'm just gonna leave that. Ready? Oh my gosh. It started, and it started fast. Let's get this out of the hole it's stuck in. Get it up closer to the barn. Blowing a little fog? Not really. Awesome. Like I almost can't think straight. Kind of like, what do I do? What do I do? It's running. I put it in reverse. Get out of the hole. Ooh, it made it. Okay, that is awesome. Let's just let it warm up a little bit. Woo! I needed this. Amazing. I feel really cool that I got my volume thing to actually work. I went through the trouble to get my aftermarket thing to still be adjustable on the steering wheel. And it was well worth whatever effort I put in. I just had to buy that little converter box. There's like some extra component you had to purchase to get it to jive with the code of turning the volume up. Track list, I can change the track too. Oh, I guess I can change temperature too, cool. Unrelated. Anyhow, this is running great. I'm gonna shut it off. Just to see how it restarts, you know? I think it will. I want to wait longer. Okay, Buick, will it start again? It did. Isn't that a little high to go at 1,000 for these engines? Isn't this supposed to be like 800 or 600? It kind of has that smell my furnace has when I first turn it on for the year. Probably dead mice. Cool, I love it. I love it. I think I'm gonna go try to renew the tags on Monday or Tuesday. But don't drive it yet. I told myself it needs to build its credit back up. So definitely don't just like drive it home. I'm gonna, every time I come out here, I'm gonna start it up, drive it around the yard, drive it around the block. I think I'm gonna get some gas to make sure, I'm at a quarter tank, but I think I'm gonna make sure that I don't run out of gas and go from there. Then once I did about 8 times of driving around the block on separate days, I'm gonna drive it home. And then I'm probably gonna drive it to work. Man, I wish I had tags. No sweat. I just love seeing that Buick in a different spot in the yard. Okay, maiden voyage since the Buick is running. This is the first time I'm driving it truly on the road, trying to build its credit. I told myself I was not gonna do this. I was gonna build credit. Don't drive it yet. I told myself as far as I could on my property, so if it stalled out, I wasn't stranded. It needs to build its credit back up. But I can't really drive my Flex to work right now because of it's acting up. So I'm more desperate. And I feel like we nailed it this time. I think we really got the problem. So let's see. Wish me luck, please. It made it. Okay, I just soldered up everything and put heat shrink tube on everything. Now I need to find my heat gun to shrink it. I'm satisfied with how solid the wire job is going to be now. Got rid of the crimps. I think that's all I need to record. It's working pretty good so far. Nice.